Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Vanama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya
Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody together once.
One more time, everybody.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Come.
Prabhuji.
One more time. Hare Krishna. Everyone. Sharana Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you, Indra Mataji. You're like a live wire. Okay. Praise to the spiritual teachers. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Vishnu
Padaya Krishna
Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Namine
Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate
Saraswati
Deve Gauravani Pracharine
Devi
Nirvishesha Sunyavadi
Pasyatya
Pasyatya
Desatarini
Jai
Jaya
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Everyone, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Okay, so another person we would like to thank at this moment is this Prabhu, His Grace Anadi Jagannath Das Prabhu. Jagannath Anadi Prabhu, generally he's called Anadi Prabhu. He's the key person in the spearheading this Gita Gyan program. Okay, the reason that we are sitting here is definitely Anadi Jagannath Prabhu. Anadi Jagannath Prabhu is the son-in-law of Shantirpa Mataji. She's a very senior member of ISKCON KL. Okay, and his Prabhu is the disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So it was a sudden passing, and we are always indebted to Prabhu because of him, because of this program. Many Malaysians have learned the basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and already devotees, those who are already devotees, they have gained more knowledge in depth. Okay, so our deepest thanks to Prabhu at this moment. Okay, so we will always have him in our thoughts and prayers, and definitely he has been taken to do more service to Krishna directly. So in that sense, it is our loss and it is Prabhu's gain. So we are always seeking his blessings that we will understand Bhagavad Gita as it's intended to. Okay, and may we have better and better knowledge from this program. Okay, so Jagannath, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu ki. Okay, so we want to recap our previous week's class. Who remembers the title of previous class? Is Tamari Mataji here already, or Mataji is not here yet? Okay. Okay, who remembers the previous class? Who attended and you remember? There were like 4 kinds of people. Does it ring a bell? Anybody can recall anything? Nobody took down any notes? PDF also was shared already. Yeah, Mataji.
Today you spoke about the 4 types of people. 2 types are the one who approach Krishna and the other one who do not approach Krishna. So the 4 that approach,
the previous,
yeah,
oh.
then it was like the 4 who approach Krishna. Who are they? It about the four types of people.
Yeah, 4 kind of people who approach Krishna, and out of them we saw who actually begins Bhakti. So this is the 4 kind of people, different kind of people. Okay. So the first question, okay, I put up all the questions. Huh? Okay, it says Sukrutina. All right, Sukrutina. This is chapter 7, text 16. So if you have Bhagavad Gita, please open it. Okay. I hope you all brought your Bhagavad Gita. Unless you are traveling right now. Okay, can somebody read for me the Sanskrit? Who has? Indra Mataji, do you have?
I have, but just give me a minute.
Okay, okay.
not 7:17, Mataji, 7. Mataji, again 7.
7:16 first. So we need
Chaturvida bhajate, Mataji.
yes, wait, Mataji.
Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritono Arjuna arto jina sur artati janani cha bharata sabha.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So Mataji read Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrutino Arjuna. Sukrutina is direct translation to English is those who are pious. Okay, Sukruti means pious credit. Sukrutina, those who are pious. So Arjuna is asking, what kind of people they approach you? What are the 4 kinds of pious people who approach you? Okay, sorry. Krishna is telling Arjuna 4 kinds of pious people approach me. Okay, 4 kinds of Sukrutina. So who are the 4 types of Sukrutina? Who can tell me? Shodamayi Mataji? Do you remember?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
What type of people?
4 kind of pious people.
The one who
Distress.
one more, is it the one you want?
Say
Yeah.
again, Mataji.
The one who curious, want to know more.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one got distressed, very stressed person, and the one want to look for more money, maybe.
Yeah, well, yes, correct.
And
So you already mentioned the inquisitive.
then the one who want to know more knowledge, I think.
Yeah, searching
For
for knowledge of absolute, knowledge of the absolute. Okay, thank you, Mataji. So these are the 4 types of people who approach the Lord. Okay, and out of these 4 classes, who is especially qualified for this? Krishna continues in verse 17. Mataji, can you read for us the Sanskrit, Indrani Mataji?
So 7:17 now.
Yes, Mataji.
Tesam janani nitya yukta eka bhakti visishyate priyo hi janani no yartam aham sacha mama priya.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, wait. Here, Krishna used Priya 2 times. Okay, he's telling here, somebody is very dear to me and I am dear to him. So out of those 4 persons, Krishna has selected 1 person dear to him and he is dear to him, Priya. Okay, so he's talking about the person who is full in knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service. So this is the person who is especially qualified, who will begin the Bhakti. Okay, the 4 persons who come to Supreme Lord for devotional service under different condition, are they pure devotees? Do you all remember we covered this in the previous class? Are they pure devotees?
No.
Okay, no. Why? Why they are not?
Out of the 4, the 3 we are still seeking, we're still not looking into the philosophical way to understand Krishna, that is with devotion and Krishna consciousness. It's still in the material platform. That's my humble opinion.
Okay, very nice, Mataji. Anybody else? Charana Mataji, what is your opinion? Are they pure devotees? If yes, why? If no, why? What do you think, Mataji? Where are we? Where are we situated? Oh, reflection.
It can be accepted as pure also, because not everybody is perfect also, but some out of 100, one is can become pure, but thinking this taking the lotus feet of Krishna. Out of one can become pure. Not everybody is pure. So if I'm not pure means as that Mataji say is sitting and in material form. Yes, it's true. It's sitting in material form. So,
Can't hear Mataji. Can you come closer or be louder?
can you hear me, Mataji?
Now can hear you. Just speak slower because some words we cannot catch.
Okay, out of 100, one can become pure Mataji in this material.
Okay.
So
Okay,
because,
I understand. You're coming from that angle. Okay, that means out of many thousands, one may come to understand Krishna. That's what you're saying?
yes, Mataji.
Okay, correct. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Kajai Mataji, were you here during our previous class? I think no, you didn't come.
Oh, yes, I was here.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay. So what do you think? These 4 people who are pious, who approach Krishna for some reasons, are they pure devotees?
As long as they're pure in their service to Krishna, it's like I may want money, but if I am devoting myself to Krishna and my devotional services are pure and it's in the right place, then yes, I guess.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you for all your answers. Okay, now I reveal the answers. Okay, so these 4 people, they are coming to Krishna because they have some motivations. They want to solve their distress, they want to solve their financial problem, they want to get some knowledge. They are inquisitive, and then they want to get some knowledge. They're going to start their devotional service path. But Prabhupada explained that they are not pure devotees. Why? Because they have some aspirations to fulfill in exchange of the devotional service they are rendering. That is why I asked, where are we? Are we rendering service to Krishna like full-heartedly, zero motivation, or I do service for you at the side, can you jaga me sikit? Or is it like that? So as long as we are doing that kind of barter dealing with Krishna, then we are not on pure devotional service yet. Why I'm saying this from my personal experience, I've been hearing some things from some people that I know. These are devotee friends. I'm not saying devotees are very pure. We are so like saintly or what. We also have our challenges. And this is where your friend devotees come in and we share knowledge, support each other. Okay. So this person who is complaining, I'm doing so much, yet I am in misery. I'm being tested. Why? Because we have this motivation. If I do this for Krishna, we're expecting something in return.
Yeah.
So that is very wrong. In the first place, we should not have that kind of barter exchange with Krishna, because we at the back, what is dictating us? What the 3 modes of material nature is dictating us? The puppet, right? So what is motivating that? What is the key behind that? Because our karmic reactions from our countless number of lives. So so compared to now our devotional services, we cannot nullify altogether one shot, just like how you switch off a fan. Okay, you don't expect the fan to stop immediately. It will still spin for a while and then only it stop. So our previous karmic reaction will still have to fructify, and then we have to endure that enjoyment and suffering. Okay, but what we do is I do a little bit. So Krishna, you give me so much. Of course, Krishna reciprocate. That is no doubt about it. Krishna will reciprocate. But it is not encouraged to have this kind of mindset when we perform devotional service. Okay, we should not have other aspirations for Krishna to fulfill in exchange of our devotional service, because he doesn't need our service. We need that service. Okay, so Krishna is not he doesn't need our people. We have to beg Krishna, please give me service, so it will purify me, detach me from material enjoyment. So it's for our benefit. Remember when Krishna said, Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya parayachati. Just offer me fruit, flower, leaf, and water for me. I will offer with love and devotion. I will accept it. Okay, it's not like he can't find leaf. It's not like he can't find water. He is being served by thousands of Lakshmi. Okay, like Brahma Samhita glorify Krishna. He's being served by thousands of Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. So apalah kita punya leaf and flower and water and fruit, right? Okay, this is for our purification. So conclusion, yeah, I actually covered this in the class that day, but this is the importance of recap. So these 4 people, they are so much better than the impious people, the foolish people, the atheist people, because although they have this kind of desire, this kind of problems or motivation, they still come to the right place. They still come to God for solution. Okay, they are not pure devotees, however, they are still better than their other people, the miscreants and all that. Okay, so that's the recap of last class. We are going to the speak your mind. What will you do when you pray for something but do not get it? Reflect.
Kochikra.
Kochikran with Krishna. Krishna. Is it like that? So what do you think, Indra Mataji? What will you do when you pray for something but do not get it?
Mataji, you all are the younger generations. When you the older generation, younger times, I always speak for 2 times. Younger time, I used to be, we prayed for this year, but prayed so hard. Then I said, I will offer you a bouquet of roses. See, I never get. You feel. That was younger days, but
so how you don't give the rose?
don't give. Kan? Macam tu dulu my mother, this is from heritage also. Mother says pray to Murugan and say like that.
Okay.
You understand?
No, you mean we pray that if you give me this, I will give you this. Or I give you this, you please give me that. Is it like that?
That is what your mom teaches you, that generation. So no kid means go to this tree temple and pray for the baby. You conceive, then you will take the baby and bota the baby under the tree temple. This was that time lah. But once you come into Krishna consciousness, like you say, association of devotees, and when devotees associate, they speak so much about Krishna, and then you attend classes, then you get the understanding, then we change lah for the better. And then you come to a point there's the detachment takes place, like the chanting. The main thing chanting played the role on me was to have quite a bit of detachment. Then it doesn't come this way. And now you serve or you do one arati for the Lord also, is like nothing lah. You don't have anything. I do it because I'm happy. I love doing it for you. I love you. You waiting for me, right? Like the mood changes, like you say, the last week you say the mode of how you change, like you go to work, you give it to the pleasure of the Lord. So these are the things, Mataji, when we attend classes and hear devotees talking, they talk like you also. Are you good devotee na? So our hearing of hearing is it gives you this change in you, So when you do also, eventually Krishna is Krishna. Eventually he still will understand your subtle this one, and you still get not to say you don't, He understands you, like you said last week. He understands he knows what you want and what you don't want. I mean, not what you don't want, what you are in distress for, but you are not asking, not you're proud, but life goes on, you detach like that, you come to
surrender.
So that is my personal this one, Mataji. Mataji should share more. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing. Sirisha Mataji, convenient to speak?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, please share, Mataji. What do you think? If you pray something, you don't get it, what do you do?
Mataji, I would like to share the same experience as Indra Mataji said.
Okay.
Initially, from my mother or our parents, we get to learn the same way. Okay, you do this, God will give you in return. But after coming into Krishna conscious and day by day, I'm experiencing myself as the same thing what Indra Mataji said. that, you know, Krishna knows everything. You don't have to keep telling him, see, this is my problem, please help me, give me a solution. No, Krishna knows it. When you truly believe that, okay, you truly surrender your life, yourself to Krishna, he knows everything in and out. When he should give, what he should give, and how much he should give, he knows everything. So when you realize that, you stop asking or you stop telling him anything, because he knows everything. So without speaking to him, you just selflessly offer, or you give whatever you have in you, and be happy. That's all. I'm trying to learn and trying to be such. I'm trying to follow that, Mataji. That's what I can say now.
Ah,
So I'm happy about it.
okay, okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, I would like to hear from Kajai Mataji, because Mataji is not from Krishna conscious background from the beginning. So I want to know how she grew up. Mataji, is it okay to share? Kajai
Yes, of
Mataji?
course, of course. So I don't know if you all know, my family has a temple. We have a Ganesha temple. So since I was a baby, I was like what Indra Mataji said, pray for this person, for this, pray for this person for this, and then, oh, be vegetarian. Young time, that's what we'll do. Be vegetarian. I'll do this. I'll give up this. But as I age, as I am exposed to so many things, I stopped asking God a long time ago. In my 30s already, I stopped asking. Because even at a very young age, I understand that he will not provide something I do not need. So most of the times, if I do ask for something, it's always guidance.
Okay.
That's one thing I always ask. So whatever we get is still guidance. So padahal sebenarnya, I got tattoo that literally says letting go. So tak dapat lah. Okay lah. Probably something better coming. Yes. Mindset lah. So yeah.
Yeah. Very nice, Mataji. You all are very enlightened souls. Okay, one more person. Tamarai Mataji. I'm trying to get the answer. Some answer.
Oh my God, I don't know. I basically
Mataji, just be honest, just be honest, because I think every time my answer is the paling teruk one among all of you.
Yeah, like Kajai Mataji said, dapat lah, tak dapat tak apalah. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I think that's what I do. I think I'll pray very hard, and I'll promise Lord, the sun and the moon kind of thing lah,
Bribe lah.
Yeah, and then I will do 1 year. The next year, I usually take a fasting 3 months for Taibusam, right? Then the following year, I'll be like, okay, 2 months can now.
Discount, huh?
So then follow like 2 months tight lah, maybe 1 month. So that's what I do lah. But actually, I mean, I usually just pray for, to remove obstacle, right? So usually somehow like that fall in place, right? So I just be grateful. Thank you so much. Next round, if any big problem, you help me out. Like that. So that's it.
Okay, the feelings lah. Okay, nice. Nail on the coffin. Wow, young time. I fight with God and I didn't pray for a couple of years. So you see, Mataji, this is what I want to know. What do you do when you don't get what you prayed for? See, Kajai Mataji say, young time I fight with God and I didn't pray for a couple of years. Okay, that's like big time Marajo ni.
But this one I can tell actually just recently. My second brother passed away, a long time ago lah, maybe about 5 years, I think. So my nephew is very close to my brother. So he lost his father when he's 5 years old. So the father he knows is my brother lah. So what happened when he passed away suddenly, and it's like this lah. We heard it from KL, so I'm traveling back to Taiping to my mother's house to inform. So my nephew is sleeping, and we are knocking the door to my mother's house. He like screamed and woke up. He actually had a dream. My brother came into the dream and told, I take care everybody, so I get to go now. uh, so anyhow, he was very disturbed over it lah. So he completely said, I don't want to pray to God. So just recently he opened up to me, and then I was, because of this class, I able to tell him, that the suffering we are once we are born, we have to go through all this. Now he's back to God, stuff like that, so it was a very emotional talk club. But the thing is that without this class, I think I wouldn't able to explain to him very calmly.
Oh my God, Mataji.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is. And eventually, he's like, okay, now I think I understand. He said, so I said, probably he's already born, reborn again somewhere. He's Adela, he did some good things lah. He says probably somewhere, higher level already. Stuff like that, So somewhere or other, the points that I use is from the class, from what I learned this class.
Wonderful, Mataji. We will come to that points later in detail.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. These are very familiar topic what we're going to do today. And we will see further. If I do not get it, I assume Krishna could be protecting me, as maybe it's not good for me because I can't what, Mataji? Understand the big plan, but he can.
I can't see the big plan.
See the big plan. Okay. Yes, truly agree. This one I recently also gone through with it. Okay. Yeah. So as some of you all know, my basic background is not Krishna conscious. I was since 5 years old, I had exposure to Devaram. So Devaram, right, the songs glorification of Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesh, Lord Muruga, Lord Shiva. And there is a temple next to my school. So when we cross the pedestrian bridge, we can actually go in without even opening our shoe. We can just go, and then there's Ganesha outside. If you all know the Chettiar temple in Jalan Ipoh next to Dandaita Pani, you don't actually take out the shoe. You can just masuk dalam, and then one kumpulan to Lord Ganesh, and then you can come out and go to school. It's like that. So every day it's our routine already like that. So initially I will pray to Lord Muruga. If nothing happens, I go to his elder brother, Lord Ganesh. If nothing happens, I go to the bigger one, the father or the mother. So like this, I'll go layer by layer. So this is what I did. So you can see what I've done. What I have done here. What did I do here?
Escalate your problem.
God jumping.
No, it's not God jumping.
Escalate your problem to Lord Shiva.
Stay straight to the source.
What I was doing actually at that time.
Stress, Mataji, one not work, go to another one.
Yeah. So in what ranking I'm going?
Seniority.
Ranking,
higher ranking.
Yeah, I'm going higher ranking. Like this, until I was 17 years old. So all right, so when I don't get what I prayed for, is a lot of people, they either lose faith, or they will go for searching. They will go in search of another one who is more powerful or more popular. Okay, when God worship didn't work for some people, what do? In the worst case, they go to the improper things. Okay, either they give up everything altogether, or they get to go to somebody higher, or they go to the abominable things. Okay, so that is in mode of ignorance. You all know, right? Worship of demons and spirits and things like that. So this is what we're going to study about. Okay, where should we go to fulfill our prayers? Okay, and what happens if the prayers are fulfilled? So what happens to us, and what is the best solution for this? So it was wonderful sharing you all have shared. Okay, so I just want to make sure that it's recorded. Okay, so we are going to take a ride on this Ferris wheel. See when are we going to come to an end of this journey. Okay, Okay, so last week we saw 4 kinds of pious people who begin to render devotional service to Krishna. So this week we are going to focus on people who worship the devas, demigods, devas, and what results they get by worshipping them. Okay, all right. So we will start with this verse 9.20. Okay, who have not spoken yet? I would like to hear from you. Or everybody spoken. Yashoda Mai Mataji, would you like to read the translation?
Yes, can. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma drinks, seeking the heavenly planet, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reaction, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, for your information, if you have forgotten, heavenly planets, okay, not heaven or not heavenly planet. Heavenly planet, there are so many planets at heavenly planets category. Okay, so the king of heaven is Lord Indra. Okay, what kind of people go to heaven? Those who are pious souls. Okay, those who have done a lot of good things, they go to heavenly planets. Okay, so what kind of people go there? Those who study the Vedas. Okay, and what do they drink there? They don't drink the alcohol or liquor that we have here. They have a special drink there. It's called Soma. Yeah. Okay, so when they have purified their sinful reactions and their pious credits overlaps, okay, becomes the surplus of their bank balance, they go to heavenly planets to enjoy. Okay, so they will enjoy for a very long time, no distress. They don't get old there. Okay, they don't get old. What else? So they enjoy everything. Okay, it's very wonderful. You will enjoy nice musics by the Gandharvas, nice dances by the Apsaras. Okay, then one day your pious credit all will be finished. Like you go for holiday, you finish already, then you come back. Okay, but this verse, right, is talking about what kind of people go to heavenly planets and what do they do there. So enjoyment. Okay, heaven is about enjoyment. Okay, a lot of people, they target to go to heaven because they enjoy, because they know this earth is full of misery, but they don't know that heavenly planet is also material planet. Okay, so like this, we take back extra points after every class and try to repeat that to people. Like definitely, if you pray to Krishna, Krishna will definitely give you some people for you to speak to. Like Tamare Mataji has shared who she spoke to recently, and Kaja Mataji often shared that she has spoken to people. So like this, you repeat things to people. Okay, so now we are entering this section. Yeah. So Vedas, it is called Trividya, means there are 3 kinds of knowledge. Okay, somebody's mic. Trividya. Vidya means knowledge. Tri means 3. Okay, so there are 3 kinds of knowledge in the Vedas. It is Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Jnana Kanda. Okay, we will go one by one. See my mic?
Yeah, Mataji, the interference is coming from your side.
Oh, yeah. Let me mute Gunalan Prabhu. How about now, Mataji?
Okay.
Okay.
If it comes again, I'll let you know.
Okay, Ken. Okay, so now we are going to go one by one. Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda means anything material, any material activities that you do based on guidelines given in the Vedas. Okay, so this Karma Kanda basically means fruitive activities. Okay, activities. Karma Kanda means fruity activities. If you do good things, you get good credit. If you do bad things, that's bad credit. So this is Karma Kanda. Next is Upasana Kanda. So before that, Karma Kanda is we can adjust our material happiness or material living style very nicely based on these guidelines given in the Vedas. So we want to enjoy, but the Vedas are there to regulate our enjoyment so that we don't enjoy whimsically by harming others or do suka hati. No, it's not like that. You regulate your enjoyment, and by your regulated activities, you will be able to discriminate what is good, what is bad. So if you do good things, you will go where. If you do bad things, where you will go. Okay, that's about it. Karma Kanda. But definitely there is reactions to that, whether you do good things or bad things. So this one you're all very familiar already, yeah? Okay, now Upasana Kanda. Upasana Kanda means it talks about worships of different devas. Have you actually randomly Googled up Vedas? You will see one section talks about Lord Shiva, one talks about Lord Ganesh, Vayu, Varuna, Indra, sun, moon, so many. You'll see so many different sections. Okay, so that is Upasana Kanda covered in Vedas. Okay, next is what else? Okay, on the Upasana Kanda. Okay, so the Deva, okay, the Upasana Kanda, here I want to mention that the Devas, they are living beings like us, but they are advanced beings, okay, because they have done a lot of super good things in their previous lives and they have promoted to that statuses, okay, so they become worshipable in that sense, okay, they are very powerful, they are the agents that control certain elements in the material world, so that is Upasana Kanda. Okay, next is Jnana Kanda. Jnana Kanda means speculative knowledge and philosophical. So this section is also in the Vedas. All right. So everything, knowledge, philosophy. You know, sometimes you have the Ishopanishad, Upanishads, all these are all knowledge sections of the Vedas. Okay, so we have 3 kinds of knowledge. Okay, let me ask you, what are the 3 kinds of knowledge? Who can tell at one go? You can type it out.
Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and Jnana Kanda.
Very good. What is Karma Kanda, Mataji?
Karma Kanda is fruitive activities. That means you want something back.
Okay. Right.
Upasana Kanda is you worship different type of demigods.
Okay.
Jnana Kanda is speculative knowledge and philosophical.
Very good, Mataji. Photography memory, yeah, Mataji?
No, I wrote it down. Because you'll ask next week.
Sorry?
You'll ask next week.
Okay, oh yeah, before I go on, I would like to mention something. I should have covered this when I spoke about Anadi Prabhu earlier. So this is the last material we have at the moment. I know the team in Bangalore who are actually doing this, especially actually Prabhu is the main person, but usually I will deal with the wife and she'll give the material, but it seems like our group is the one in the lead. You know, we are the one who are piling advanced already. The other groups are a little slow. Okay, they are in the 20 plus also. So I'm always the first one to go and bug the wife, please give me materials. All right, so sometimes she does herself, all right, because the team is very busy. So right now with the passing of Prabhu, I am not sure how am I going to approach the team or her, because I don't know anybody else in the team. I need to approach her. So I'm going to give her some more time until they settle down there, because Prabhu took care a lot of things in Bangalore. He is involved in preaching, outreach program, a lot of things. So the last I heard, they are still settling things by, delegating all the tasks that Prabhu has carried on his shoulder. So I think for a couple of weeks or more, then we might not have materials. Okay, let's see how it comes. Definitely next week, I think not yet, I don't think so. And next week will be after Janmashtami, and Janmashtami is like our Deepavali, people will be very busy before and after also, and there'll be post Janmashtami festival programs. So just bear with me, and whenever there is a class, I will let you know. Just be standby. Okay. So if there are other extra material like on Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami, recently we had Balaram Purnima, we had Julan Yatra, even Radha Yatra also. I did not have time to talk to you all about Jagannath. So if I have time, the thing is now I'm busy with my father, alternating. So I dare not to commit to make any PowerPoint. If there is a ready-made PowerPoint, then I can give the class. So because the thing is, we need to have our association at least bi-weekly or maximum once in 3 weeks, like that. So we cannot have a gap very long time. We will lose the inspiration and enthusiasm, okay, for you and for me as well. So it's good that we keep in touch. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji. So Tasfa, thank you so much for your understandings, right? Sometimes I cancel last minute, there's a lot of things coming up. Okay, so yeah, okay, we continue. Okay, thank you, Kajai Mataji, for giving this recap. Who takes shelter of Trividya means what kind of people seek the Vedic knowledge. Okay, there are people who don't seek Vedic knowledge. They can just live whatever way they want. And there are people who want to learn about Veda. So why this person is like that and why this person is like that? We want to know why. Why? Because they are more or less materialists, but they are not transcendentalists yet. They do have some material aspirations, or they might not have material association aspirations, but they are not completely transcendental. Transcendental means spiritual. They are above mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So when they want to upgrade themselves, they have this attendant interest to upgrade themselves. They know I'm meant for a higher purpose. There must be a higher purpose for me to live. There must be something else after death. There must be something I need to do, the way I need to do things. Okay, I should not just, otherwise my life and animals' life is same. Remember, this is one of the first few topics, differences between human and animal. Okay, so this kind of people start approaching Vedic knowledge. Okay, why? Because they know that when they do good things, they can escape from this material world. They think this earth is a prison, so they will do anything to get out of this material world. That's why people will say, is this my last birth? Yeah, after this you'll go to heaven and then you'll be happy. You hear this, right? I hear that a lot in my relatives conversation, but sometimes I just keep quiet, because at least they're trying to elevate themselves, to advance themselves by doing a lot of good things like that. So basically, the knowledge that people generally have is that they want to prepare themselves to be transferred to other planets. Okay, by doing that, they become freed from all sinful reactions. This is what they want. This is what they have in their mind. Okay, so they feel that after they transfer themselves to a higher planet, then they'll be free from all sinful reactions. Okay, then it's like full of happiness, eternal bliss. Okay, Mataji. All right, so let's see two effects of, just give me a moment here. Okay, so we'll see the two sides of that coin. All right. Let's look at this guy. Who is this guy?
Mataji, just the previous line, please repeat. Just now, no voice, Mataji.
This one, Mataji?
Yes.
To prepare themselves. Okay, so number one, they want to be free from all, they want to relieve themselves from this material world, because they know this place is full of miseries. Okay, and they know sinful reactions tying them to this material world. So they want to get out from this material worlds. I mean, this earth. They want to go to other planet. They know they are going to be happy and they will be got rid of their all sinful actions. So basically, this is why they come to seek Vedic knowledge. They want to go higher planets or other planets where there are no sinful reactions that they need to suffer. Is that okay, Mataji? Is this what you wanted? Okay, yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, so now we are going to see the two sides of good and bad things, two sides of the coin. Okay. Okay. What is the destiny of those who take shelter of Trividya? Okay. And when those who are engaged in sinful activities, we all have learned this already. The result is they will be born in lower grade of life, in lower planets. Okay, lower grade means it could be animal kingdom or it could be lower planets. Okay, this is going down if you do bad things, contrary to the Vedic injunctions. Okay, next, those who have done a lot of good things, they have gathered lots of pious credits, they get higher grade life in higher planets like Brahmaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. Okay, so there are planet of ancestors as well. What is ancestor loka? Indrani Mataji, do you know? I forgot. I'm not sure if that is Tapaloka or Janaloka. No.
Pitraloka, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji.
Pitraloka.
Yes, Pitra Loka, correct. Yeah, Pitra, yes. Tapaloka are those who do a lot of austerity, tapas. So they go there. Okay, Brahma Loka means where Lord Brahma resides. That is the highest planet in the 14 planetary system. Now, the thing is, the point here is that even in the highest material planet, Brahma Loka, there is death. Okay, when I said earlier about heavenly planets, once your credit is done, there is something called death. So after that, you have to fall to the earth. Okay, because that is the thing, like a hamster, you go up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, the material pangs of birth, death, old age, and disease is there. So in different planets, these four elements are present. But if I'm not mistaken, in heavenly planets, you don't get old. Okay, maybe the other planets you do. I'm not very sure about that, but birth and death is confirmed. Okay, all right, so I think I have some info about Tapaloka. Tapaloka means those who have performed here on the earth, they have done severe penances. Okay, what else? Okay, yeah, that's about that. Okay, so that is a general information about what happens to people who follow Vedic knowledge and those who don't. Okay, do the pros and cons. Okay, now we are going to focus on this one. Upasana Kanda, worship of different devas. That is the topic for today, actually. Okay, so let's see what Krishna has to say about devas worship. Okay, can somebody volunteer to read 9.23?
But those who are devotee of other gods and who worship them with faith, actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way.
Yeah, thank you, Mother. This is what Krishna is saying. Everything belongs to me. Everything comes to me. He says that what is the peace formula? He says that I am the benefactor and I am the beneficiary. Everything comes from me and everything ends in me. And Krishna says, those who are worshipping the devas, they're actually worshipping me, but they don't know, and they're doing it in a wrong way. So what is this wrong way? It's such a heavy statement that Krishna is saying here. Okay, so we want to know why Krishna says a wrong way. Then what is the right way? So Krishna never said that the worship of deva is wrong, but here he's saying the way the devas are worshipped is wrong. Okay, let's see that. Who are devas? Okay, let's start with who are devas. Devas are officers and directors in the government of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so we have a PM on the head of the cabinet, and then he has all the portfolio ministers. So these portfolio ministers are the devas. One is in charge of water, one is electric, one is human resource, one is health, one is this, one is that. So there are devas for all these portfolios. Okay, so it is not 33 million devas. Okay, it is 33 koti. There's a lineage. So if you count, you'll get only 33 devas. It's not 33 million devas. Okay, koti means not million, it's lineage. Okay, we follow the laws made by the government. Okay, the rules that we are following is the rule that is passed in parliament by the government, not by the officers or directors. They are just enforcing the law. Okay, so there is no need to worship the demigod. This is what Krishna is saying. Okay, because if you can worship the prime minister directly, then you don't have to bribe. It's like if you are connected to the prime minister, you don't have to have dealings with this prime ministers. What basically they are just carrying out their duties. Okay, they are just carrying out their duties dictated by the head of the government. Okay, trying to worship them for material desires is like bribing them. So note this point, Krishna saying, trying to worship them for material desire is like bribing them. Okay, they are already doing their duties. Okay, but what we are doing is jaga extra sikit, then you want to give them something. So that is what Krishna is saying. That is wrong. Don't do that. If bribing police and ministers here is wrong to get what we want extra than what we have allocated to, then why are we doing the same thing to the devas? Because what is in our account, what we're supposed to get, that's what we are getting. That is mentioned in Isopanishad. Isa Vasyam Idam Sarvam, those who everything has been allocated to us accordingly. Okay, but remember, if you remember in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will see from the time beginning when Krishna sent out, when Krishna created the material world, he has already given in the Vedas ways to worship the devas. Like you have to do yagya for them. When you do yagya for them, they will be pleased. When they are pleased, they will send rain. So when the rain comes, the crops will grow and then it will give us food. Okay, what we do, we use that to do offering to the devas, and then the rain comes again. So this is the right cycle. This is the way we please the deva. This is our duty. Krishna already said this is the duty of mankind to do this, do yagya to please the devas, already given. Okay, this is their gaji already. So other than that, people try to bribe them by I want this extra, I want that extra, or for material benefits. This is what Krishna is saying wrong. So what exactly can we ask from the devas? Okay, so before that, let's continue this one. Demigod worshippers actually worship Krishna, but in a wrong way. Okay, so how exactly? This is illustrated this way: like watering the leaves and branches of a tree instead of root directly. So is it wise? You go and try to nourish a tree, you want to pour water on the leaf, on the flower, on the fruit and everything. You pour directly to the root. So when the root of the tree is nourished, then everything will fall in place. So this is the yagya. Okay, or pleasing the Supreme Lord, and everything will fall in place. Okay, you please the Prime Minister, he will take care of all the ministers, something like that. Okay, all right, this is the illustration. Okay, more information here. The officers, and okay, I think I should request somebody to read. I'm reading a lot already. Until you boring. In Gunalan Prabhu. Gunalan Prabhu, are you there? Or Rajina Mataji? Oh, Gunalan Prabhu, okay, can. Unmute Prabhu. Can Prabhu? No?
I can't read because I got catch-up problem.
Okay,
So
Prabhu.
blinded. So that's why I'm keeping quiet. I can't read anything.
Okay, no problem, Prabhu. Okay, Rajina Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Demigod worship. The officers and directors are engaged as representatives of the government, and to offer some bribe to the officers and directors is illegal. This is stated here as Avidi Puvakam. In other words, Krishna does not approve the unnecessary worship of the demigods. Worship of the Supreme Lord. Everyone is to offer his worship to the Supreme Lord Krishna only. That will automatically satisfy the different officers and directors of the Lord.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So this is what I explained earlier. Okay, so the way the devas are worshipped is wrong. Okay, and Krishna is saying is not prohibiting from worshipping them, and he's not like he says totally wrong, you know. But the thing is, people worship them wrongly. That's the thing, and that's why he says unnecessary. So if we can please Krishna directly, then there is no need for us to please the devas in different efforts. Okay, we don't have to do that. Okay, so if you do that, then we are actually pouring water on the leaves, the flower, the fruit. Okay, so we want to pour water on the root. Okay, and they will be pleased because the Supreme Lord is pleased. Okay, the boss is pleased. Okay, next is 9.21. Okay, this is again talking about the effect of the pious and impious credits. Okay, so this will be a recap also. Tamari Mataji. Got to grab your glasses. Kajai Mataji.
Just the translation, Mataji.
Yes.
When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, Those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, okay, the first paragraph here, you all are, you know already. Okay, so what happens if your pious credits are finished? You have to come back. So, what does this actually imply? This implies that the cycle is going to go on. You have your pious credits, you're going to go to heavenly planets, and then you're exhausted, then you're going to come back, and then you're going to accumulate more credits. So if it's bad, then you have to go down. If it's good, you're going to come back again, come up, and then you're going to go back down again. So it's like this. It's like going on and on and on, right? Yeah, you have to come back, top up and go. Come back, top up and go. If you get good bonus, tapa lah, boleh lah, the deposit top up, right? If what they call retrenchment, no money, then how? Have to go down. It's like that, huh? Okay, very crude examples lah. Okay.
Mataji,
Yes.
just want to check. You said when we exhausted all the thing, right, we will be born again, right? So where do we start? Is it like, start from the level 1?
Okay. So this one, because this yes, this is level 1 Mataji, because you zero rise already. These are not spiritual advancement. This is material credits. Okay, so this one is on your credit card. Akan habis. You can see the money is not there anymore. So this is not spiritual benefits. All right. So having said that, what kind of life these kind of people will get? They'll be born beautiful, intelligent, they have some talents, some nice life. So these are the benefits of the pious credit they have accumulated while they were living here. Of course, they are enjoying that, but when they come back, they still have that the effect of their pious credits. So they will always have a better life. But if they do not utilize the better life in embarking on spiritual knowledge, then they're still going to go back. And the best and the danger part of this, because the modes of material nature is always working: goodness, passion, ignorance. So nobody can be in mode of goodness forever. Nobody in passion purely, and nobody is ignorance purely. So it's always the three colors keep going on and on and on. So if we succumb to the temptation in the mode of passion, there is high chance for us to fall to mode of ignorance. And that's the thing, your escalator keep going down. It's very difficult to come up. So only with the very conscious with your consciousness, you can actually revive your the original relationship with God, and you transfer yourself to mode of goodness, and from there you have to work your way up. Okay, so that's why it's a very dangerous Ferris wheel. This is why this is called Ferris wheel. It's a very dangerous position to be in if you're going to keep coming back to the earth, because we'll never know how these modes of nature going to influence us doing activities that we are doing now. Okay, sometimes we do things although we don't want to do, but sometimes some things force us to do some things. Why? Because the modes of material nature is that strong. Okay, so to answer Mataji again, recap. So this is different from the spiritual credit. So that one is spiritual advancement. So when you go to like Vaikuntha planets, things like that, you come back and then you continue with 5%. If you stop at 5%, then you continue with 6%. Okay. All right. So next. Okay. Can we have somebody to read this? Yashoda Mai Mataji. What is the result?
Sorry, reading, is it?
Reading, yes.
Okay, sorry. What is the result of demigod worship? The goals achieved by demigod worship are also temporary mortal planets. We may go to heaven, Indraloka or Swagaloka, but until we have spiritual realization, we have to keep coming down again and again.
Okay. Can you read the translation also, Mataji?
Translation.
From the highest planet?
Where is the translation? Oh, okay. I saw that. Okay, from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, first, the goal achieved by Devas worship are also temporary. Why? Because they are also temporary. When annihilation take place, everything will go into the body of Mahavishnu. So if the Devas also not temporary, how can their boon or the blessings they give, the benefits or the material things that they grant to us will be eternal? So that is also not eternal. Okay, number two, that we can go to heaven, Indra Loka, Swarga Loka, or Brahma Loka, but we have to remember that we are coming down again and again. And the highest planet in the material world is Brahma Bhuvana Loka. Brahma Bhuvana Loka means the highest planet in the material is Brahma Loka. So even there, places of miseries, which is birth and death, take place. So Krishna also giving a solution here. Then who will not find birth and death happening again and again? Those who attain to my abode. That people will not take birth again. So this is what Krishna is saying. Okay. When the results of their pious activities are finished, those in higher planets are again driven out from that planet. They come to this material earthly planet. This is where all the activities take place, this earthly planet. Okay, and again they try here by sacrifices, by other means, to go to higher planets. Okay, you have to come back here to reset and try to work the way up. But if you do not have the knowledge, how are we going to do it? All right, so this is why people go to seek Vedic knowledge. Okay, that is, they are lucky and they have given the facilities. If not, they are going to be on the autopilot evolution. Okay, so let's see what happens to those who are promoted to higher planetary system. What kind of things they enjoy? Okay, so we'll go one by one. They enjoy a longer duration of life. They get better facilities for sense gratification. Oh, they enjoy more there. Okay, interesting, right? But they are not allowed to stay there forever because the pious credits will come to an end one day. Why? Because they have not attained perfection of knowledge. They will not have this cultivation of knowledge in these higher planets because those activities only take place here. Okay, not in higher planets. Up there is just purely enjoyment. So while they are fully engrossed in enjoying, they will fail to understand Krishna. There is no opportunity for them to be exposed to existence of devotion service, existence of such knowledge. Okay, they won't be able to understand Krishna, who is the cause of all causes. Okay, they become baffled about achieving ultimate goal of life, subject to the routine of being promoted to the higher planets and then again coming down like a Ferris wheel. Okay, everything seems nice, right? In the beginning, long duration life, nice facilities, but then as you go on, you see all these also coming in as a package. Okay, so this is knowledge. This is what we should share with our Hindu friends, because generally they think heaven is everything. Actually, heaven is not everything. You're going to keep coming down. Of course, relatively, it may be better than this earth, but that isn't all. It's more than meets the eye. People say like that. Okay, so this knowledge is found in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that's why I recommend people to read this. So much of knowledge here. Okay, let's talk about the Ferris wheel further. Instead of being elevated to the spiritual world, from which there is no longer any possibility of coming down. So instead of going back where we came from, we simply revolve in the cycle of birth and death on higher and lower planetary system. Do good, enjoy, and then finish, come back. Do good, enjoy, finish, come back. So we are stuck here like this. Like a Ferris wheel, we go up sometimes and come down sometimes. Sometimes up, sometimes down, just like a Ferris wheel. Okay, so we are done with the good and bad, up and down. So where is the perfection? Now, this is the perfection. Okay. Anyone would like to read? Charana Mataji, very quiet today, Mataji. Can read for us if you want to achieve perfection.
Okay, Mataji.
where is perfection? If we want to achieve perfection, one should better take to the spiritual Goloka to enjoy an eternal life full of bliss and knowledge and never return to this miserable material existence. For perfection, we need to go to the spiritual world from where there is no return.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. I think the font is smaller, this one. I'll read. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Remember the pie chart I have showed previously. I'm not sure whether this batch or previous batch, another batch. If the whole pie chart is the entire creation, 1/4 only is this material world. Whatever the Brahmaloka, whatever the innumerable universes that coming out from the Mahavishnu's body, all that is just 1/4, Satsuku only of that entire cake. The balance 3/4 is spiritual world. We actually came from there, fallen into this 1/4. So we have to find our way to come out of it, go to the 3/4. Okay, but what we are doing, we are stuck in that Ferris wheel, in that suku. Okay, so we are inside there, so we need to come out from there. So that this material world is a prison house of the entire creation. Okay, I always give this example, just like the Sungai Buloh prison is just one small part of the entire Malaysia. So those prisoners inside there, they cannot say that this is my world. They can't say that. That is not intelligent. Okay, the intelligence is, my life is out there. This is just a place for me to undergo punishments, repent, be a good person, and come out and try not to come back in. Okay, unless you feel like, I think I want to go and enjoy my friends there. You can't do that. Okay, so that is not intelligent. So the moment you went out, you already got the taste of the outer world, you would not want to come back. So like that, when we already got the taste of this, the life in spiritual world, which is full of happiness. You want happiness? Yes, the full of happiness is there. Plus, more items are thrown into the promotion, which is no disease, no old age, no miseries. Okay, so it's eternal happiness. So these are the things thrown into the package if you want to elevate yourself to spiritual world. So you get this picture, right? So we don't want to be stuck in the small prison house of this material creation. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the topic. Okay, we have other segments. So let's reflect some application. Okay, so feel free to share. Do you want to be on the Ferris wheel where the highest point implies the highest planetary system and the lowest point indicates the lower planetary system? Do you want to be on this Ferris wheel? Okay, please note the point that there are lots of enjoyments there. Okay, you don't have disease, you don't have old age there, but you can enjoy Soma Jus, Apsara and Gandharvas. How? Gunalan Prabhu, what do you think? Is it tempting and you want to go?
I don't get on the Ferris wheel because it's only temporary.
Yay! Yes, congratulations, you got the point. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that, right? And sometimes it saddens me when people always think, okay, this person has passed on and he's going to go to heaven. Okay, shall we do something more? Like I will chant Maha Mantra. Okay, at least when you come back, when the person comes back after he settles his pious credit, I hope he can, be born as with the facility of, right, spiritual line. They can get into spiritual life easily in the next birth. Yeah. Okay. So
there is a saying that if you live for 84 years old, and you pass away, and you have witnessed 1008 full moon.
Wow.
Not be reborn.
Oh, wow.
I read somewhere, so that's why I just share it with you all about that.
Oh, okay. Is it in the Vedas, Prabhu?
Not in the Vedas. It's I read somewhere. I have the Vedas also, but I never saw it. Vedas doesn't quote all this. This is from a guru.
Okay, okay. So it's always good to quote from Vedas.
1008 full moon.
1008 full moon. Wow. It's something like. Okay, okay.
108 is a very popular number in Hinduism.
Yes, yes, I understand, Prabhu. It's like who can get the Lord Brahma's position is one who has lived 100 lives without a single sinful activity. if I'm not mistaken, 100 human life without a single sinful activity. That person can attain Lord Brahma's position. So something like that. So yeah, thank you for sharing, Prabhu. Okay, so if yes, why? If no, why not? Of course, I think all of you will say no because it's temporary, like Prabhu shared. So what steps are you taking to get out of the Ferris wheel? Kajai Mataji. Do you want to be on the Ferris wheel, Mataji?
Of course not. Real life also, I won't go on the Ferris wheel. This thing freaks me out. So, no.
I see, but it doesn't go fast, right? It's just like slow, go steady, like that, right?
The height.
Oh, the height. Okay. So, what steps are you taking to get out, Mataji?
I'm here in this class. I am learning about Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for coming. So it's good that you can share this information to people. Okay, so I think I know what you all will answer. If anybody who has a different answer, no, I think I want to try one more time on Ferris wheel. Just want to have that Apsara and Gandharva's performance. Anybody have that kind of? No, okay. All right, so we are done with the topic Ferris wheel. So we'll just read some articles here. Nectar of the Holy Name. Okay, who would like to read? We have 10 more minutes. Indra Mataji, can?
The wordings are too small, Mataji.
Okay, Kajai Mataji, sila.
Okay, I try. One should not equate the name of the Lord with those of the demigods. By worshipping the Supreme Lord, one automatically serves all the demigods because they are parts and parcels of the whole. If one supplies water to the root of a tree, all parts of the tree, such as the leaves and the branches, are automatically satisfied. And if one supplies food to the stomach, all the limbs of the body, the hands, legs, fingers, etc., are nourished. Thus, by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can satisfy all the demigods. But by worshipping all the demigods, one does not completely worship the Supreme Lord. Therefore, worship the demigods is irregular and it is disrespectful to the scriptural injunctions. In this age of Kali, it is practically impossible to perform the Deva Yajna or sacrifices to the demigods. As such, in this age, Srimad Bhagavatam recommends Sankirtana Yajna. Yajnai Sankirtana Prayayar Yajantihi Sumadeshaha. Bhagavad Gita 11, I think this is Bhagavatam 11.5. In this age, the intelligent person completes the performances of all kinds of yajnas simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tasmin stuste jagat tustaha. When Lord Vishnu is satisfied, all the demigods who are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord are satisfied.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, Krishna already sent in the human with the devas, with the way to worship them by giving yagya. But yagya is not possible to do in this age of Kali. So the yagya that is best to be performed is the Sankirtana yagya by chanting the Maha Mantra. So having said that, should we worship devas or not? You are supposed to offer respect to everyone. Okay, so maybe in the past, ISKCON has been seen in a very wrong perspective that we do not, or we prohibit, or we say this worship of Deva is wrong. But one time when Prabhupada was questioned, Prabhupada said, we give respect even to ants. Of course, what to speak of devas, right? They are the agents of Lord Krishna and they are maintaining this material world. All right. And how actually we can worship the devas? Because when I was I was having transition from the Devaram background to KC. Of course, I was in between, So I know already how I should pray to Devas. I should not be asking exam results or this and that. So from the knowledge that we shared, because I was occasionally coming to temple also, then I know how to pray to Devas. We should pray to Devas. Please give me please engage me in devotion service of Krishna. It's the same prayer that we ask Krishna, but sometimes they say the devas are more merciful in granting your spiritual requests compared to your material requests. So I was so happy. Oh, ini lagi senang already. Okay, so everywhere I go, I just pray for that. So please engage me in Krishna service. Please engage me in Krishna service, because I know that is pleasing for you. So please do that. So this is how I transitioned myself from that life to this life. And also people say that one who have actually gotten the mercy of Lord Shiva can advance in the spiritual life. Okay, so like that, when I came newly to ISKCON, I met so many of my mentors. They were having background from Devaram. I said, oh, okay, I found my gang here. So that is true that you actually advance in that way. Okay, so that is some sharing on that and how to pray to devas. Okay, not bribing them. Yeah, we have to give them lots of respect, and we can request them to engage us in Krishna service. That they will do very happily. Okay, preaching is essence. Who can read? Tamare Mataji.
Preaching activity satisfy the Lord. The demigods are called Sakama devotees, yes. And a devotee with material desire in mind, while the pure devotees are called Niskama devotees because they have no desire for personal interest.
Okay, stop, Mataji. Just pause for a while. I think there's a typo here. The devotees of demigods are called Sakama devotees, not the devotees, not the demigods are devotees.
The
Okay?
devotees are called.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Continue, Mataji. Second line.
Okay, the Sakama devotees are self-interested because they do not think of others, and therefore they are not able to satisfy the Lord perfectly. Whereas the pure devotee takes the missionary responsibility of turning non-devotees into devotees, and they are therefore able to satisfy the Lord more than the demigods. The Lord is unmindful of the non-devotees, although he is sitting within everyone's heart as well-wisher and super soul. However, he also gives them the chance to receive his mercy through his pure devotees who are engaged in missionary activities. Sometimes the Lord himself descends for missionary activities as he did in the form of Lord Chaitanya, but mostly he sends his bona fide representative, and thus he shows his causeless mercy towards the non-devotees. The Lord is so satisfied with his pure devotee that he wants to give them the credit for the missionary success, although he could not do the work personally.
He could do.
Although he could do the work personally. This is the sign. This is the sign of his satisfaction with his pure and Niskama devotees compared to the Sakama devotees.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so I'll just run through shortly. So the devotees or demigods are called Sakama devotees. The pure devotees are called Niskama devotees. The difference is that the Sakama devotees, they ask things from the devas for their benefits. Okay, I want this, I want that, their material benefits. So even if they want to engage in the charity for other people, so they are actually doing welfare for people's material assistance to people, like they give food, clothes, charity, like that. But the difference between the Sakama and Niskama devotees is that the Niskama devotees, here it is mentioned missionary responsibility. So what is this missionary responsibility? While the Sakama devotees are engaged more in community responsibilities, which give them the material assistance to people, which can be temporary and is exhaustive, okay? But the missionary responsibility is transforming the people, transforming their soul in becoming a devotee. So when you become a devotee, you are actually being very compassionate to the people's soul, not just the bodily level. Okay, the actual charity that we need to do is to feed the soul of other people, and we are so compassionate towards them. Why? Because we know all of us are stuck in this Ferris wheel. So they are not only self-centered to just escape themselves. Okay, I have this knowledge, let me just go back to Godhead. Okay, what do I care about others? So generally devotees are not trained to do that. They're actually trained to think of others. Okay, I want to go, do you want to hop on my boat? It's like that. So this is called the missionary responsibility. Okay, nobody's forcing them to do this, but they know the pain of going through this life, so they want people to join them, go back to Godhead. Okay, so yeah, okay, we proceed. Yeah, okay, this is Shravanam usually is a video. All right.
Question: what is the problem if one worship demigod? Answer: in Bhagavad Gita as it
Sorry.
is, chapter number 7, text number 23, Lord Krishna says, men of small intelligence worship the demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. The demigods are different parts of the body of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Not only are demigods parts of the Supreme Lord, but ordinary living entities are also. Regardless of the situation, if one knows that both the demigods and human beings are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, his knowledge is perfect. But if he does not understand this, he achieves different planets where the demigods reside. This is not the same destination the devotee reaches. The results achieved by the demigods' benedictions are perishable because they are within this material world planets. All results achieved by worshipping demigods are perishable, and such worship is performed by the less intelligent living entity. Because the pure devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness in devotional service of the Supreme Lord Krishna achieves eternal, blissful existence that is full of knowledge. His achievements and those of the worshipper of the demigods are different. The Supreme Lord is unlimited. His favor is unlimited. His mercy is also unlimited. Therefore, the mercy of the Supreme Lord upon his pure devotees is also unlimited. Demigods are the devotees of Krishna. The biggest benediction a demigod can offer one is the devotional service to Lord Krishna. Thank you very much. Please chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
Jai. Can we chant 3 times before we end the class? Everybody, please unmute. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
One more time. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, any questions? So about next week's class, I don't think we'll have unless the materials are ready. If not, we can have, if I'm not going over to take care of my dad, then I probably have some other kathas or something like that. Is that okay? Next week?
Next week
Yes,
also got
Mataji.
Janmastami, Mataji. Next week
Yes.
also got. The next week got Janmastami and Vyasa Puja also.
Yeah, it's actually back to back. I think devotees will be tired. Okay,
Yes, Mataji.
we'll see following week.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, so whoever wants to leave, you can leave.